Hello, I'm Ronnie from the blog Our High Street Home, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the simple steps I took to recover my daughter's piano bench seat. I like to share crafts, home projects, and some cooking on my channel, so if you'd like to see how I did this, then please keep watching. This piece of furniture isn't something I will be keeping. It's not solid wood, it's mostly particle board, but it did need to be updated. The seat had gotten damaged by a cat, so I needed to make it look better if I was going to keep it for a little while. So I started by removing the seat from the bottom portion of the bench. The backing on this bench was extremely hard to get off. It had very deep staples holding on this piece, which ended up being just thick paper that had a glossy side to it. And after trying for a little while to remove a lot of these staples, I tried a number of different ways. I basically just gave up and ended up just tearing all this paper off. Once I got all the paper torn off, I did the same with the fabric. I literally just tore it all off. The staples were just far too embedded in this particle board. Luckily, the foam on this bench was still in perfect condition. The fabric I used to cover this seat is this medium weight upholstery fabric. I had used it recently in a previous video to recover some cushions on a love seat. I had quite a bit of it left over, and I thought it looked really nice with the piano. It was actually my husband's idea, and it was a great idea, so I decided to use it. The fabric I removed from the bench, I guess you would call it pleather. I tried to keep it intact as much as possible so I could use it as a template to cut my new fabric with. Once I had my piece of fabric cut, I just centered it over the seat, making sure the script was as straight as I could get it. I have a Ryobi staple gun I got as a gift, and it is my new favorite toy. I used that to attach the fabric. I started in the middle parts of each section on each side and then did the opposite side, pulled it taut, but not so tight that I would stretch this fabric. This was a great piece of fabric to work with though with staples because being medium weight, it was sturdy enough to hold up to these staples and not tear. I left the corners for last, and I know that technically there's probably a correct way to do this when you're reupholstering or recovering something, but this is the method I used because I liked the way it looked on the corners. It kind of boxed my corners. I brought the center down first, made sure everything was nice and smooth and that the folds were smooth. Then I brought one side over, and then I overlapped that with the opposite side, kind of sandwiching it all together. And like I said, it made a nice little box on the corners. And I did that for all four of these corners. To make this bench look nice and neat when you opened it, I definitely wanted to put a backing on it again underneath the seat to cover the edges of the fabric. And I was lucky enough to find this fabric at Walmart. I wasn't sure what I was going to use, but this stuff was nice. It's thick, so it would hold up to the staples, and it had kind of a woven, very dark black side, and then it had the opposite side was shiny. Not only was it shiny, it was very smooth, almost slippery. I preferred the darker side, the hardier looking side, so that's the side I decided I wanted showing when you opened the bench. Whenever I cut fabric, I love to even up the sides with this rigid ruler and a roll cutter. It just makes everything so nice and neat. After I had this piece of fabric cut to size, I made sure it fit nicely. I wanted about an inch border around the whole perimeter, and again I used my staple gun and attached it. This part was so easy. I just made sure there was no wrinkles and that the fabric didn't get stretched while I was stapling it. Now all that was left to do was reattach my hinges. I made some marks with chalk where I wanted the holes to be. I did drill some pilot holes, and I used the same screws that were originally holding these hinges on. Such an easy project, and for the time being looks so much better than how it looked before. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. And you can also check out a blog I did on this project at ourhighstreethome.com. Thank you so much for watching.